Hi lovely ones, I'm Arielle and this is Maven Unmasked with your self-care for the Caretaker video series through the lens of tarot. Today we are talking about care for the mental self with the Suit of Swords. There are 4 other videos in this series. We are also talking about taking care of the physical self, the emotional self, and the spiritual self, as well as some additional themes through the major arcana. So if you are a caretaker yourself or you know a caretaker in your life and you think these videos would be of help to them, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so through the mental self, the first card we are going to talk about today is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is about feelings of heartache and loss, thinking about the loss, thinking about the end, or how is this going to turn out, or you know, the death, or you think they're getting better and then they're not. They take a turn for the worse, or whatever it is, that roller coaster ride. Okay, this kind of ties back in with the emotional self, but, you know, stop replaying the moments over and over, or I could have done this, or I should have done this better, or I should have been there. You know, you've done all you could with the knowledge and the tools and the wisdom that you had, you know, and learning to be okay with that, and the knowledge that, death may be coming or grief may be coming is sometimes worse than the actual event itself, because you're constantly on high alert. So I want to say with this that I understand, you know, and try to bring the mental, you know, into calm. Working with a stone like lepidolite is great for dealing with stress, or lithium quartz, but lepidolite also has natural deposits of lithium in it for dealing with anxiety or stress or depression. Okay, but gaining mental clarity, amethyst is helpful for that as well. The next card we have is the Four of Swords, so rest when you can. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Okay, really make sure you're getting enough sleep, you know, so that you're at, you know, taking care of yourself, and you're at your highest and best, and you're most alert, you're most aware. Okay, I have spent many sleepless nights and tossing and turning and all of that. I have found that Smoky Quartz is a great stone if you are struggling with falling asleep, holding onto a piece of Smoky Quartz as you sleep, or sleeping with some under your pillow. Amethyst is great as well. And again, lepidolite for de-stressing and trying to relax, trying to calm and bring the energy down. Especially we can get really hyped up in the mind, and you know, the tape is playing over and over and over. Okay, but really rest and rejuvenate yourself as much as you possibly can. Sometimes rest is even just sitting on the couch and just watching TV, not picking up the phone, not checking Facebook, not doing anything. But really make sure that you really are trying to get enough sleep. If you're having trouble sleeping, you know, there's the natural herbs like melatonin, and melatonin isn't an herb, but supplements like melatonin, there's like sleepy time tea, working with lavender oil, things of that nature. Okay. But yes, don't forget to, you know, feel the feelings, but sometimes it's like, okay, you have to calm so you can go to sleep. Okay. The next card we have here is the Five of Swords. And for me, the Five of Swords is really about knowing when to walk away when the situation has gone above and beyond your skill level. In one of the other videos I said, I believe it's the Major Arcana video, I say that, you know, I am not a nurse, and, you know, sometimes things get beyond your level of wherewithal of what you can do. And that's to no fault of your own, but know when to call for assistance, know when to walk away when it's something that you can't do. Also, when it comes to family members who you wish would help and they're really not, know when to walk away and to not engage in an argument. Know when to not engage in an argument with the person you're caring for. Maybe they're having a bad day and they're not feeling good, so they're a little grumpy and angry. Try not to engage in that argument, and try to be a little bit neutral. And especially if you're not having a good day and they're not having a good day, you don't want, you know, this friction. You still have to stand up and be that caretaker, which is the hard part. Sometimes putting yourself and your emotions on the back burner so you can step up and be that role and be, you know, that, you know, the best way I can say it is to be professional with it. Okay, to take the emotions out of it, but know when you need assistance. It doesn't mean that you love them any less. Okay, the next card we have is the Six of Swords. So enjoy the periods of smooth sailing as best you can. Really enjoy them while they're here, because again, it's a roller coaster ride when you're caring for someone. Okay, aid them in their transition. If they're in their dying process, be of aid, you know, to usher them to that new shore. You know, I'm really hearing in my head, if, you know, someone is in hospice and they're just holding on, it is okay to give them permission to go. You can be that guide for them to the other side. Okay, or ask the angels or other loved ones in spirit who have passed on to come and to aid them in their transition, to guide them through to the other side, through the river Styx, as it were. But again, enjoy the periods of smooth sailing. If you have a chance, take a mini trip to kind of escape and break away. Even if it's just for a few hours, if you can make some arrangements to do that, that's great for your mental health and your mental self as well. Okay. The next card we have is the Eight of Swords. So look for alternatives or easier ways to do the same thing. Know that you're not as trapped as you think you are. You just may have to think outside of the box when it comes to finding resources. I know from experience how hard it can be to find the resources you need for your particular loved one or your particular situation and what you're going through. Ask Spirit for help. Think outside of the box. Okay, if there's somebody you know who's gone through something similar before with a loved one, ask them what resources they used or what advice that they can give to you. Okay, different and more efficient ways to get the same task done. Stay optimistic. Okay, as optimistic as possible. Do things that help you take a breather to make you feel not as trapped or as stuck. Okay. With the Four of Swords and the rest and the sleep, we also have to talk about the Nine of Swords. So anxiety, nightmares, sleepless nights, all of those kinds of things. And really therapy, writing it out, communicating, talking, sharing, praying, talking to God, the universe, spirit can be very, very helpful. What are the things that are keeping you awake at night? What are those worries and fears, and how can you begin to deal with them? If you do see a therapist, you know, and you're tossing and turning at night, maybe writing those things down, or to talk to them about your therapist in the next talk to your therapist about in the next session, or maybe your to-do list of the week of things you have to do for yourself and your loved one and your family, and dinners and all of these things, special meals you have to prep, whatever it is. Write them down before you go to sleep so they're not through your head all night long, keeping you awake, okay? But really working through fear and working through anxiety is the biggie with the Nine of Swords, okay? For peace of mind. The last card I'd like to talk about is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is really about feelings of betrayal or being stabbed in the back, especially when you feel like you're doing this alone, or there's a family member or someone else who you feel should really be stepping up into this role. You may feel, why am I the one that's doing this? I shouldn't have to be the one. You know, I should have help. You know, this is your loved one too. Why are you not doing this? And it's really about letting go of expectations. You know, not everyone has the same heart as you or would do what you would do, and coming to terms with that. You may be feeling, you know, not only like your loved one was betrayed, but that you are too, because even if they may have issues with this loved one, you see all that I'm doing, all of the sacrifices I'm making, the stress that I'm under, the tears, I'm looking worn down, and, you know, why can't you help me? If it's not about them, if you don't want to help them, okay, but you see I'm doing this, what about helping me? You love me too, don't you? So that's something that I've gone through. If that's something you're going through, know that, you know, you're not going through it alone, but you can't expect people to step up the way that you would. Not everyone has the same heart as you, and it's about learning to deal with that and heal that so it doesn't turn into bitterness and resentment. Okay, learning to say and express your feelings in a tactful way, because, you know, nonetheless it still needs to get out, or maybe you're in a situation you can't say it to that person's face, but working with it through therapy or journaling or whatever it is, but learning a certain level of acceptance when others around you don't step up in the way that you would hope or want or wish or expect them to. Okay. But I'm Arielle, and this has been Maven Unmasked with your self-care for the caretaker through the lens of tarot, with the mental self and the suit of swords. If you'd like to book a reading with me, please check out my website, www.mavenunmasked.com, under the Book a Readings tab. I would love to work with you. It would be an honor and a pleasure, and so much love and supportive energy to all of you caretakers out there. Love and many blessings. Bye.